Hey, we're at 7-Eleven. We got a crazy situation. It seems like that's pretty much all I'm going to say. Let's get right into it. Look, if you're new here, all I ask is, bro, if you watch the video and you actually enjoy it, sub up and join us. If not, then go away. But no, in all seriousness, bro, let's run it.
Northeast 163, she was ringing it up underneath charity. So the Children's Miracle Network. She was ringing it up there and then doing a refund and pocketing the money.
Speak up, lady.
So she did that for 2 weeks, and total it was $1,900. She's on the register right now. I've got another manager in there who's supposed to pull her into the office so she doesn't get spooked and try to bolt. But she's in there right now, still $1,900 in total.
So do you have the...
We've got the
Okay, so they're setting her up, bro. They don't want her to leave. That's, ooh, can you imagine, bro? See, there's a difference between stress and flight reaction when you know that you're about to get into like a confrontation, or you know you're going to a specific place that's going to trigger that. And then there's that being triggered with you like not knowing out of nowhere as a surprise. Bro, that feeling is crazy. You don't want to feel that, bro. You don't, like, even if you're a slick person and you're usually like quick with your words, etc., bro, if you get caught off guard, you get caught off guard. That's what they're doing to her right now. And what we're about to watch is just that, her getting caught off guard, bro. She's not expecting the police to pull up and raid her workplace that she's been stealing from. Ew, let's go, man. We got a good video.
footage, we've got receipts that she's rung up. She did it on another associate's numbers, but we can match it to the cameras and see that it's her.
She did it on another associate's
numbers, yeah. Sign it. So it's under somebody else's name, but you match the timestamps with the camera on the camera. It's her. You can see it just put in her pocket and stuff.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Hey, just turn around and put your hands behind your back for me. So you're being placed under arrest right now for fraud. I know you got a lot of questions. Everything's going to be explained to you, okay?
Okay.
Hey, I don't care what nobody says, bro. Her heart is in the North Pole. Like I said, no matter who you are, even if you're the calmest person, of course, but you're still going to feel like being caught off guard. In this case, it seems like she saw them walking towards her. Like there was a distance. So it wasn't like a poof, a surprise. So that's why it seems like she's a little calmer. But hold on.
together.
Like you're praying.
There you go. There you go. Do you have anything illegal on your person?
No.
Knives, anything sharp that's going to poke, cut, or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Where would your belongings be?
Over here.
Where?
Is there a purse or something?
Over there. Okay. Just let me know which ones are yours. This? Mm-hmm. Okay. Just leave those here.
And my purse is right there.
Okay.
Those?
My purse is right there.
This purse?
Yes.
Do you have anything else?
No.
Okay.
Wait, oh, not that one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The other one.
This one? This one?
Yes. One now.
Do you want to leave that here?
Oh, yeah.
So you're 20, 21?
21.
21, okay. How long you been working at 7-Eleven?
I want to say almost a month.
Damn.
Yeah.
So
About a month.
You said about a month.
hold on, pause. So she started quick because it said, or the lady in the beginning was like, yo, she's been stealing for the past 2 weeks. She stole around $2,000. She didn't wait at all, bro. As soon as she got hired, she started to, it took her 1 week to set up the whole like scheme or whatever she's doing with, it says children's charity donations. So it took her a little week to set it all up, and then she got right into it. Wasted no time.
Over. Yes.
Okay. Where you work before this?
McDonald's. Well, actually, I wasn't at McDonald's for long. I was only there for like a few days. But I was a CNA and all that stuff.
Okay,
before.
so yeah, okay. All right. So, real quick before we get into any further into details, I just want to read you something real quick. It's kind of like procedure. Have you ever been read your rights before?
Yes.
Okay. So you've been arrested before or
yes.
What were you arrested for?
My previous charges, of, what was it? It was fraudulent stuff. I can't tell you the exact charge, but I know
Wait. Hold on.
It was like fraud related?
Yes.
Okay. How long ago was that?
About 2 to 3 months, I want to say.
She's living life super fast. Why? Why is she living like this, bro? No. Seriously, she is living life so fast. It's no way she's already been charged with fraud beforehand and she immediately commits fraud as soon as she gets hired. Are you giving yourself a chance, or is there something behind you that's choking you financially to where you're just stealing at every single job or every single opportunity you get? And she's my age, bro. She's 20 years old. I know life is, I promise y'all, bro, unless you get like, I don't know, lucky, you got rich ass parents or something. Nah, bro, if you got no one to give you a hand and you're young in today's world, bro, hey, you got to work so hard. This shit is rough out here, but still, this is kind of it is messing yourself up right from the jump. We know life is hard, bro. We know. Bro, even if you make good money, your bills and shit that you got to cover will eat that up so fast. I know all that, but you're 20 years old and they already charged you for theft, and here you are about to get charged for it again at a brand new job that you've only had for a month. Why? I want to tell her. She needs to tell us why, bro. Because if she's doing this for no reason, I mean, I can say so much about that. But in my mind, it has to be something else that's choking her financially, bro. That's not saying I condone this behavior. That's just, I'm curious. Hold on.
3 months. Okay. All right. So I'll read you this real quick, just kind of get it out the way, and then we can talk further, okay?
So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide any time to ask you these rights or not answer any questions or make any statements.
You understand your rights?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? I just need you to say yes.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So you've been working 7-Eleven for about a month or maybe a little over.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, spent a little time at McDonald's. You did CNA.
Mm-hmm.
Certified nurse assistant. Okay.
Is that not crazy? Wait, so first of all, I don't know what, I'm not even gonna sit here and pretend that I know they just said it's certified nurse. So she was, I'm guessing, in school or either practicing her job as a nurse and then was forced to or decided to get this job. Get in the comments to let me know what a CNA is. But off of what he just said, it sounds like she has a different career path that she could be pursuing and focusing on, but she chose to get an extra job or a different job for money reasons. Let him talk a little bit so that way I can elaborate more on that. But that would be crazy if she was already going down a path and hold on.
All right. Do you like working at 7-Eleven?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, bro. She's getting, of course, she's siphoning out $2,000 in 2 weeks on top of what she's getting paid.
All right. Are you going to school or anything like that currently? No? All right.
I just have 3 babies.
You got 3 kids. Okay.
Wow. She's 20 years old, bro, with 3 kids. That's insane. That's why. See, this whole time in my mind, bro, I was thinking either she's doing this just to do it, which is absolutely like, it's just unlikely for somebody to be doing this, right? Given the fact that she already got charged for fraud in the past and she's still doing it now. But this makes sense, bro. She has 3 kids to look after. That's not saying her behavior or what she did is right. That's just a crazy environment, a situation to be in. And it explains the motive why she did this. And I guess this is the focal point of the video, especially if you're younger. You're stuck in this damn enslavement of, it's made extremely difficult and hard, especially if you're a family-orientated person, bro, and you actually want a committed relationship and want to have kids early on in your 20s. You don't want to have kids when you're, older. It is so hard to get that done responsibly when you're young. And it seems like she finds herself in probably the absolute worst position to be in financially at this age, bro, is to literally have 3 children you have to provide for. You can't even provide for your own self nowadays, dog. Add on top of that 3 kids when you're 20. Damn, I see why she's doing it. Hold on, bro.
All right. So you said
that kid's charity wasn't a lie, bro. You know how the title literally says she got caught stealing from children's charity donations? At least that part is true. At least the children's charity donations is true, bro. She's trying to get money for her kids.
The fraud case you previously had, you said it was a few months ago?
Yes, but it hasn't been like finished. I'm going through it still.
Are you still kind of going through it? Okay. So the reason why you're here today, obviously there's been some concern in reference to charity donations at work. You know what I'm talking about? All right, can you tell me what's going on with that?
I haven't did anything wrong.
Okay.
By me starting being new. I work up under somebody else's numbers. They gave me numbers for my own register, but they wasn't working this morning when I tried to put them in. From my understanding, I mean, I was still in the system for everything, so I don't really know too much about that.
Yeah. So, like in numbers, as far as like kind of like
register,
each employee has a different register number.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you kind of yours wasn't working or something like that. So
bro, this is exactly why I speak about the things I speak about, and this is exactly why I say it as blunt as I say it, bro. Because you got two choices. Let's talk about this for a second, bro. This is why I tell y'all to protect yourselves, right? I'm like, yo, be very careful who you choose to go crazy with. Nowadays, it is pushed upon you to go crazy with random people you're not even compatible with, random people you don't even look for commitment with, just to do it just because, etc. That will ruin you more than you realize, bro. Protect yourself, understand what you're looking for, and don't settle for anything less. Don't go crazy with more specifically, and it applies to both, bro, but more specifically, if you're a girl, like, because you can get entrapped. And this shit is going to ruin your life. Because in this case, where is her man at, bro? Or whoever decided to have 3 kids with her. Or if it's different people. If it's different people, that's even worse. God, that's even worse, bro. But if it's one person, do y'all see what I mean when I tell y'all protect yourselves and look for commitment? There is absolutely nothing redeeming at all in being somebody's toilet, bro. Being just used and thrown away. That's literally the best acronym I can give y'all, or example I can give y'all, is a toilet, bro. He's going to use you and throw you away. And then you're going to find yourself in an extremely rough reality where you have to look for, after your 3 kids by yourself. And that's damn near impossible at 20 years old. If you don't got no handouts, if you don't got no one to back you up, if you don't got a crazy good support system, you're done. You're going to have to resort to stealing, and then guess what? That's gonna land you in trouble and land you in jail. Do y'all see what I mean when I tell y'all to protect yourselves? I don't say this for no reason. I don't give how anybody feels about what I have to say, bro. I tell y'all the real truth. And this is a direct example of what I mean, bro. She let herself up to men who were just using her as a toilet. They used her, and now they're not here to help her out. They're not here to provide for her like they should be. If this was done the right way, her kids would be provided for, or they would at least damn near have a father able to provide money so the woman in this case doesn't have to go steal and get herself in trouble. This is exactly what I mean, bro. This is why, like, you gotta just fight the system. You gotta fight what you're being told to do. And I'm talking to my guys as well, bro. It's not cool to go crazy with random people you don't ever plan on being with or being in a committed relationship with, bro. That's called either ruining them or ruining yourself. And it's more so the woman that you're going crazy with, but it's also you, bro. That shit is gonna have, that's taxing it on your soul. That's what it is. And for her, you're ruining her for the rest of the time, straight up. Like, who's gonna want to be with her? I'm talking somebody who actually has their shit together and is looking for, and is protecting themselves and is looking for somebody else who's also protecting themselves. Why would they ever be with somebody that you just used as a toilet and ran through, bro? No, they're not good. So that woman's going to find herself in y'all get what I'm trying to say, bro? This is exactly what I mean. And this is a direct result of what I talked about beforehand.
She just had gave them to me, what was it? I was off yesterday. Yeah. So the day before that, she gave me them. I tried them this morning. They didn't work. So I work up under someone else's numbers. Okay.
Is it multiple people's numbers you work under, or is it
just hers?
Just one specifically?
Yes, whoever like is over that shift when I get there.
Like whatever manager or something like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, she's not a manager, but she's, I guess, a lead.
Okay, like a team lead. Okay. All right. So the first thing you said is like I mean, you didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah,
Hey, that team lead title needs to be erased completely. Because for some reason, when you give somebody that, when they gave somebody that title, they immediately think they're the super manager. They own the business. They made 7-Eleven. They get the billions. If you make somebody and you tell them, hey, bro, you're team lead, they immediately start being so arrogant and so damn bossy to everybody else. I told y'all my story, and I'm going to say it one time if you're new here. Bro, I was working one time. It was in retail, bro, and they brought in a whale. I'm talking a colossal, massive, large, breathing creature, and they said this creature was going to be the manager, was going to be somebody that bosses you around, and I quit the same exact day. Now that's not necessarily, now that I think about it, that's not even a team lead, but there was a different person. There was a different person who was a normal worker, and then she became team lead, and then eventually she became manager, but I left before she did. And in that time period where she became the team lead, bro, she would treat people like shit. Hey, do that. Not me though, because I would just, if you're being paid to do something, you do what you're being paid to do, nothing extra. So if somebody comes around and tries to get you to do something extra, you don't got to do it, bro. Or you can just be slick with it and be like, all right, and then just not do it. My point is that title needs to be erased, bro. Because for some reason, it gives people a false sense of extra authority. You're supposed to be team lead, not 7-Eleven's owner. Stop carrying yourself like the owner. Like, what?
You say that?
Because I haven't. I mean, they wouldn't really tell me anything when I was up there, but I haven't did anything. I'm going through too much to be...
Yeah. Are you going through, like, just hard times right now at home or something like that?
Not really. I mean, of course, bills, but...
Yeah.
And taking care of 3 kids, but that's really it.
Okay. So, what was brought up in reference to these donations is, I guess there's a barcode that needs to be scanned.
Mm-hmm.
And management was able to review cameras and stuff. So they got you scanning the barcodes, and then essentially later pocketing the cash.
Pocketing?
The cash out of the register.
When did I pocket?
The cash out of the register.
When did I pocket?
Apparently there were several incidents. So that's what they brought up to us, to our attention. This is why we're here right now. And that's what I'm trying to figure out, because obviously you're saying one thing.
Yeah.
I don't have. And they have video showing.
Hey, look, in this situation, I have to be completely honest with you. I sympathize with her, and I don't care what nobody says. What she did is for sure wrong. You don't steal, and you try your absolute best to do things the right way. But in this situation, I do sympathize with her, bro, because of the fact that she has 3 kids and she's 20 years old. Now, you can say that's her fault. That's all self-inflicted, for sure. Which it is, right? Because you chose to get knocked up 3 times with men who don't. I could be wrong, but what's the chance of me being wrong, bro? 1%. It's 99%. Like if she's asked, hey, is there a man in your life that's taking care of your kid? She's not married. That's probably what's gonna be her answer. If I'm wrong, I'll admit to it. But I don't think I'm wrong, bro. Meaning, yes, of course, it's her fault for getting knocked up 3 times by men who just used her, for sure. But at the same time, you gotta understand, bro. This isn't somebody stealing just for greed, right? Meaning they don't have none of these responsibilities. They don't got no 3 kids. They're not this young to where they don't have as many opportunities to make income, right? She's not that. She's not just a person stealing to steal, which I despise. I told you about those people. This is somebody who's stealing to feed their family. Or at least it seems like it. Therefore, that's why I said I sympathize with her, bro. But you got to just understand that you're in a whole... It's like, think about it like this, bro. And even if you're not stealing or doing anything wrong, this is how you should think about life. If you're in a bad situation, this is how I develop my mind, bro. Look, it's like if you're at rock bottom, or if you've hit rock bottom over and over again, here's how you got to think about it. It's like somebody threw you into a well, right? A deep, dark well, and you're stuck there. It's a little bit of water on the floor, but you're stuck in the well, and there's no one to help you, right? You don't got no food, you don't got no water, you're just stuck in this deep ass well. The walls are muddy and slimy. You try to climb up, it's enough for you to put your hands and your feet on both sides of the well and try to climb up, but you climb up a little bit, then you slip and fall, then you slip and fall. That's how it is in terms of life. what can you do in that situation? What do you do? Do you just sit there and give up? Or do you just sit there and wait for somebody else to come save you from that well? Knowing that you accidentally, like, let's say you tripped into it, so that way no one saw you, no one's gonna know that you fell right here. That would be the dumb decision. What you gotta do is try to climb up and keep climbing up, no matter how many times you fall until you get the at the well. You gotta go your absolute hardest, even when you fail and fail and fail and fail again. This applies to everything, but more specifically in her situation. The only way she can get herself out of this, bro, is to understand that right now she's in deep shit. Her life is not over, but she's in deep shit for sure. And the only way she can get out of it is to try her absolute hardest over and over again the right way. And that's the best way I can put it.
Something entirely different.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're going through hard times, because I get it. I mean, we all go through difficult challenges and stuff like that, especially financial issues. I know, being a parent, money it's tough, especially, it's for you and you have other responsibilities and people to take care of. And if that's the case, that's something that led you to this, like, I understand. But I'm talking to, because I want you to be straight with me, because if you're being dishonest, then that says something totally different. And now we have videos showing otherwise. I mean,
that's a good tactic.
You just be straight.
That's a great tactic that he just used. Let's see.
Straight with me, say, hey, look, I messed up. I'm not perfect, and I get that because no one's perfect. But if you're saying one thing and then I have evidence to say otherwise, and it's not matching up, then that shows a different character. And looking at you, I don't think you're like that. I mean, I don't think you're that type of person. I mean, you're young. You're still trying to make plans and grow. Raise your family, and I get that. I mean, if you made a mistake, I mean, this is me talking to you. I want you to just be honest, so that way we can figure out what's going on, and if there's some assistance or anything like that, programs that can be offered, like. Let's figure out what's out there that we can go with.
But because my only thing is, because I ain't never been in here.
Yeah.
Like, my first time being arrested, they took me straight down to, what was it, Mary County Jail. So, like, am I under arrest?
Well, right now, there's obviously an investigation going on. So, based off of that investigation, it's kind of pointing towards you. So, I would like to talk to you. And get an understanding of what's going on. That's why you're here right now.
Yes.
Because me just taking you to jail, what are we achieving out of that?
Yeah.
No one gets to hear your story, and this is your chance to come out and say, all right, look.
Hey, get in the comments to let me know, because isn't this them trying to, like, for example, if she just straight up says, I did it, is that not putting herself in more trouble? I'm genuinely curious. Let me know in the comments. Like, right now, like, what he's doing. If she decides to say, hey, I don't want to talk, I'm asking for a lawyer. Maybe she can't even afford one. So you can look at it like that. If you can't afford a lawyer, is that even like a good choice? Is that better than saying, yeah, I made a mistake? I'm being for real. Get in the comments and let me know, would it be better for her to shut up and be like, yo, I don't want to talk? Or for her to say, I made a mistake? I feel like the second one would be used against her, obviously, right? Especially if the place decides to pursue these fraud charges or whatever they're going to try to charge her with. Get in the comments.
If you made a mistake, I get that. Just let it be known. But if you choose not to talk and you just want to go the route, like nothing happened, but everything else is showing otherwise, then, the judge, if you go to trial, jury is going to see all that. And again, you don't seem like that type of person. No one's perfect, and I get that. This is your opportunity to kind of explain that and come on up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So tell me what's going on or what happened. Because they got you on video taking cash out of the register.
So it doesn't show me it being on me. It just shows me coming. Because regardless, we have to drop money. Regardless. So I have to take cash out of there anyways every time we get big bills over big bills. Yeah. And we have to insert it and we have to do all the computer stuff anyways. Okay. So
what I'm saying is they have video of you taking cash out of the register and then later put it in your pocket. So and then there's been multiple scans of cash donation under your name and other employees' names, but it's only you doing it on video. And then later, the cash is removed, your pocket is pocketed, and then the drawers are short that amount of money.
So I'm pocketing the money.
That's what they said they have you on video doing.
See, this is the thing. I think she took too long, bro. Because y'all remember how she said she worked at McDonald's, but not for that long? Allegedly. I wouldn't be surprised if she was doing the same thing there and then quit. I think she was going to do the same thing here and then quit. It's just that in this situation, in this place, she just took a little long, bro. 2 weeks is a good amount of time for you to sit here and be scheming like this, bro. If she would have left, I don't know if they would be after her, but still. Hold on, bro.
Because I use the brown things that the money go in. Normally when you put it in, if you drop the money, literally I write on those and everything. So that's what I'm saying. I use those, and I do have like stuff that I done wrote on that I done put in my pocket and everything. But
yeah,
as far as like money, I don't have any money.
Okay. All right. So can you explain why your drawers are always short?
Probably the way I rang stuff in. I mean, because like I say, I'm fairly new. So probably the way I rung it in, because now they got it where you have to have manager approval to do refunds and all that stuff.
Ooh, she's slick. She's slick. I'm going to be completely honest with y'all. Her confidence and her clarity in the way she's talking and the way she's expressing her position, which, you know, she stole, bro. But the way she's talking is extremely convincing. And I use extremely in comparison to all the other situations we've taken a look at. She's good. She's good with her tongue, bro. She is slick with her words and she knows how to speak. She's doing good so far because she hasn't admitted to necessarily anything. And she's given a pretty good logical explanation right here. Listen.
So that's what I'm trying to understand.
This is why I'm here too. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
So
again, I go through
this is a story
stuff.
I'm getting from manager. You know what I mean? And obviously there's video. So it's like that's showing one thing and then you're saying another thing. So you see how it's just not matching up.
Yeah.
So that's the confusion and that's what we're trying to figure out.
Well, I know I don't have no money.
Okay.
But I don't have any money.
Okay. So we start. So I watched a video of one of the incidents. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have any customer. You were just at the register by yourself. Watch you scan the barcode. It's like you entered information on the computer. Drawer open, took out cash.
But see,
went off to the side.
When I'm you can talk.
Went up to the side. Looks like you were counting some bills.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I saw that vault where you were doing some drop, and then you walked over and you put some cash in a paper bag, and then later put the paper bag in your pocket. So, what happened to that cash that you put in the paper bag that you put in your pocket?
I don't have no cash or nothing. That's what I'm saying. It can literally easily be because I also use them paper bags also to write on. And I literally, I don't have no cash. If I had the cash, I'll be, okay, yes, I got it, whatever. But I literally, because it's the closest thing to me, and the receipt papers, you can't automatically just press the button and it come out, you can write on it. I write on the brown ones a lot.
I like her, bro. Because it's rare, look, no matter what she did, it's rare, at least on this channel, to have somebody who can speak with such quick responses. And you would think she's getting interviewed right here, bro. You would think this is a job interview and not an interrogation. Despite the action, I respect and acknowledge her quick responses. I'll just be completely honest with you. I can't even call this can I call her a dumbass for getting caught? I don't know, bro. I mean, this was just something that was going to happen anyways, right? If you steal from a place long enough, they're going to catch you. I'm just impressed with how quick her responses are and explanations are to a question that would usually put you into a corner. Because what do you even have to say for somebody telling you, hey, I just literally saw you taking cash and putting it into this white paper and putting that into your pocket? Most people won't have a quick response with, clarity in the way they speak like she does. That's what I admire.
So I'm always putting that in my pocket. The ones that I write on, which when they just got me, I was writing on them, 2 of them. And yeah.
Writing what on the back?
I was just basically, I had some bills to pay, but I was just making little notes on it. But I didn't bring it with me.
Okay. All right.
But I don't have any money. Seriously, I don't have any money.
So, but we have you on video putting money in a paper bag and putting the bag in your pocket. Like, I literally just watched the video.
You see what I mean? You would think, bro, look, you would think that response that she gave was to like an intellectual question. What do you even say to somebody that tells you, I literally have a video of you taking money and putting it in your pocket? You got to be a witty person to have a quick response to that, bro.
So you're telling me something, but I watched something entirely different.
And what day is this?
Off the top of my head, I don't know the date. But again, I literally just watched the video.
Sir, I don't have any money.
Okay. All right.
I can't leave my kids. I can't leave my kids.
Yes, ma'am. You want to ask me a question?
Yes. Do you know what is going to happen? Because my son is at home and he has a 2nd-degree burn, and I was supposed to have an appointment.
Okay. Who's he at home with?
He's at home with my grandmother right now.
Okay. How old is he?
He's 2.
All right. Well, Miss, to be honest, right now I have probable cause for your arrest. All right. Based off the evidence, shows that you stole money from the business. Okay. So today you will be placed under arrest for organized fraud and grand theft. You're currently on bond?
Yes.
All right. There's a good possibility that you're going to be no bonded. And again, I try to speak to you.
All right, hold on, shut up, bro. Look, this is why I tell y'all to protect yourselves. And I'm speaking to those of y'all my age and to the women that watch me. I don't know how many of y'all watch me. I think it's a good amount, but yeah, listen to what I have to say when I tell y'all. Like, this is when I said I sympathize with her. I do, bro. But this is just something that it's like a 1 + 1 = 2 type of situation, right? No matter how much sympathy like somebody's gonna give you, no matter how much we can relate or just sympathize with you. If you steal and you get caught, you will be in trouble. It doesn't matter what your situation is, right? Therefore, you want to avoid this situation. That can be hard because you're looking at your kids starving, or you're looking at, your children that you got to look after, and you need money. Everybody does. We all do, right? So that stress and that stress and that push that you're going to get from knowing that you have to provide for your kids is always going to be there and will push you to your limits. And if you don't find a way to hustle without breaking the law, you're going to get in trouble. That's why you got to be careful in the first place to try to not end up in this situation. What that means is protecting yourself and not going crazy with random people and choosing somebody who you would secure commitment from. And listen to me, commitment comes with maturity and responsibility, right? Because if somebody is committed to you, that means they're mature and responsible enough to provide for you and to provide for however many kids y'all have together, right? That's why you look for a man who's going to stick with you and is going to marry you and is going to be there for you. So that way you don't have to sit here and slave yourself out, work extra super duper hard, bro, get multiple jobs and still not be able to provide for your children and still not have a partner that you can rely on. That's just a situation I try to tell y'all to do your best to avoid, bro. Anyways, I'm gonna end this one right here. Get in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about it. If y'all made it to this point, shit, speaking of money, bro, get on the Patreon. If you don't know what it is, it's a platform where y'all get content it's 10 times crazier than anything I'll bring y'all on YouTube, and it's fully uncensored. And y'all support the channel, right? So get on there if y'all haven't already, and I'll see y'all in the next one, bro. I'm out.